Ellen Greenberg, a young, vibrant teacher, was only a few months away from walking down the aisle in the wedding of her dreams. On that frosty winter morning, she was still chatting with friends about flowers and the white gown she couldn't wait to wear. The future seemed just a heartbeat away. But by nightfall, her cozy Philadelphia apartment had turned into a scene of horror. Ellen was found collapsed on the cold kitchen floor, her body pierced with more than 20 stab wounds, a knife lodged deep in her chest. The door had been locked from the inside, no signs of forced entry, no theft. And in a move that shocked many, police hastily ruled it a suicide. Yet questions screamed louder than the silence in that apartment. What about the older bruises on her body, the broken door latch that didn't quite match the story, and her fiancé, Sam Goldberg? Why did his statements shift each time they were examined? Could a woman who feared blood, who was planning her wedding day with joy, truly choose to end her life in such a brutal, unthinkable way? Or was this the stage for a performance designed to hide a darker truth? Behind that locked door that night, what really happened to Ellen Greenberg? And why, after more than a decade, do the answers remain buried in shadows? Ellen Ray Greenberg was born in June of 1983 in New York, the only child of Santa and George Greenberg. To them, she was a treasure. In high school, friends remembered her as energetic, athletic, always playing on the teams, yet still excelling in academics. Her bright smile and easygoing nature drew people to her effortlessly. After graduation, Ellen enrolled at Pennsylvania State University to study public relations, but soon she realized that wasn't her true calling. What she really longed for was to stand in front of a classroom, to teach and inspire children. She returned to school, earned her teaching degree, and eventually became a middle school teacher in Philadelphia. To her students, she was Miss Greenberg, the kind, dedicated teacher who pushed them to believe in themselves. Teaching was her pride, her passion. Around that time, love seemed to complete her picture of happiness. In 2009, Ellen met Sam Goldberg at a party through mutual friends. He came from a wealthy, influential Philadelphia family. His parents owned a thriving business, and his uncle was one of the most powerful attorneys in the state. Their connection was instant. Within a few years, Sam proposed during the new year, slipping a sparkling diamond ring onto Ellen's finger. From then on, she threw herself into planning their spring wedding. She managed nearly everything: the invitations, the venue, the gown, the honeymoon details she spoke of, with joy to family and co-workers. Yet those around her began noticing something different. Ellen, once so independent, now hesitated at every decision. "I'll have to ask Sam first," she would say. Her parents sensed the change too. Their once confident daughter seemed nervous, unsettled. 3 weeks before the tragedy, Ellen told her mother she wanted to quit her job, leave Philadelphia, and move back home. Shocked, Santa reassured her, "You'll always have a home with us." But Ellen never raised the subject again. Friends and colleagues knew she struggled with anxiety, even seeing a psychologist. But never, not once, did she express the desire to end her life. She still loved teaching, still lit up when she talked about her students, still poured her energy into preparing for the wedding she called her dream. And that is what makes her death so incomprehensible. Could someone so full of promise, so close to a new chapter of life, truly decide to end it with more than 20 stab wounds? Or had Ellen been forced to mask a fear so deep she could not put it into words? The portrait of Ellen the teacher, with big dreams and a bright future, makes the darkness of what followed all the more jarring. Her happiness, it seems, may already have been stolen before she ever had the chance to wear her white dress. On January 26, 2011, Philadelphia lay frozen beneath heavy snow and blizzard winds. Schools dismissed early, and Ellen drove back to the apartment she shared with her fiancé, Sam Goldberg. In the warm kitchen, she began preparing dinner. A cutting board, spices, and half-prepared food still sat on the table, silent witnesses to an evening that would never be finished. Around 5 p.m., Sam left for the gym located inside their building complex. He later claimed he was gone less than an hour. When he returned, the apartment was unnervingly quiet. He knocked, called Ellen's name, sent messages, dialed her phone, but heard nothing, even though her phone was ringing from inside. Frustrated, Sam went downstairs to ask the security guard to unlock the door, but the guard refused, saying it was not within his authority. Sam returned upstairs, and in a moment of desperation, he rammed his shoulder into the door. The latch gave way on the first try. What he found inside was chilling. Ellen was slumped against the kitchen cabinet, her clothes soaked in blood. A kitchen knife protruded from her chest. Her body bore more than 20 stab wounds, 10 of them in her back. And yet, strangely, the apartment showed no signs of struggle, no overturned chairs, no broken objects, no defensive wounds on her hands. Sam dialed 911.
Help! I need everything out. I just walked to my apartment. My fiance's on the floor with blood everywhere.
What is the address?
4601 Flat Rock Road. Please come. Help!
4601
Now. Flat Rock Road.
Is this a house or apartment?
Oh no! Oh no! It's an apartment.
What apartment number?
Please hurry, please.
Where is she bleeding from?
I don't know. I can't tell.
No, you have to calm yourself down in order to get you some help.
I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm looking at her right now. I can't see anything. There's nothing broken. She's bleeding. Ellie!
You don't know where she's bleeding from? Can't tell
Ellie!
where blood's coming from?
I think her head. I think she hit her head, I think. But it's everywhere.
Okay,
it's everywhere.
Think she might have fallen? Do you know what happened?
She may have slipped. There's blood on the table. Her face is a little purple.
Okay, hold on for rescue for her. Stay on the phone.
Philadelphia Fire Department 842. What's the address? No,
4601 Flat Rock Road. Please hurry.
4601 Flat Rock?
Yes.
What's wrong?
I went downstairs to go work out. I came back up. The door was latched. My fiance's inside. She wasn't answering. So after about a half hour, I decided to break it down. I see her now just on the floor with blood. Like she's not responding.
Okay, is she breathing? Look at her chest. I need you to calm down. I need you to look at her chest. It's really.
I really don't think she is.
Listen to me. Someone's on the way. Look at her chest. Is she flat on her back?
She's on her back. So I bring her.
Look at her chest and tell me if it's going up and down, up and down.
I don't see her moving.
Okay, do you know how to do CPR?
I don't.
Okay, I can tell you what to do, okay, until they get there. I want you to keep her flat on her.
God.
Hello?
Yeah, hi, okay.
Are you willing to do CPR with me over the phone until they get there?
I have to, right?
Okay, so get her flat on her back, bare her chest, okay? You want to rip her shirt off. Okay? Kneel down by her side.
Oh, my God. Ellie, please.
Listen, you can't freak out, sir, because you
Okay, I'm trying not to. Her shirt won't come off. It's a zipper. Oh, my God. She stabbed herself.
Where?
She fell in a knife. Oh, no. Her knife's sticking out.
Her what?
There's a knife sticking out of her heart.
Oh, she stabbed herself?
I guess so. I don't know where she fell on it. I don't know.
Okay, well, don't touch it.
Okay, so I just let her down. Here now? I mean, what do I do?
No, I mean, you can't. If the knife is in her chest, it's going to be kind of hard for you to do CPR at this time.
Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Police, which operator?
277.
Is someone coming here?
Yes, they are. You said 4601 Flat Rock, right?
Yes.
Okay, someone's on the way. And the knife is still inside?
Mr. What?
The knife is still inside of her?
Yes, I didn't take it out.
Was it her chest or what area?
It's in her chest. It looks like it's right in her heart.
Okay, someone's on the way out there. Okay, just get.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Okay,
how old is she?
She's 27.
27, and there's no sign of life at all.
No, please don't be. What?
Pinch her under her arm and tell me if she responds to pain.
Ellie. She's not. Her arm and her hands are still warm. I don't know what that means, but there's blood everywhere. I mean.
I know, but you can't, and the knife is still inside of her. How far? Can you see how far it went in?
It looks pretty deep.
Okay.
It looks three, and it's a long knife.
Don't touch anything.
Yeah, don't touch anything, okay?
I'm not touching anything. I can't believe this, though.
So wait, it was just you there with her?
We're the only ones here.
And she ran in the door, you said latched it shut?
No, I went downstairs to work out, and when I came back up, the door was latched.
Oh.
Like, it was, it wasn't like, it was like locked from the inside, and I'm yelling, so I'm
Was
yelling.
your house
and
broken into?
No.
So there's no sign of a break-in?
No sign of a break-in at all. I mean, there will be when you get here, because I had to break the latch, but to get in.
Okay, 4601 Flat Rock, and this is a house, right?
It's an apartment. Apartment.
Okay, that helps.
Oh, my God. All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
But when the operator asked him to check Ellen's pulse, he hesitated. "Do I really have to?" he muttered. Then, after a pause, he suddenly added, "Oh, there's a knife in her chest." A detail he somehow hadn't noticed before. Police soon arrived. The door was indeed locked from the inside until Sam broke it down. Nothing had been stolen. Money, jewelry, valuables, all remained untouched. It was a perfect locked room mystery. And yet within hours, investigators suggested the unthinkable suicide. But could a woman stab herself more than 20 times, including deep wounds in her back, and still drive a blade through her own heart? Medical experts would later say such a scenario was virtually impossible. The dinner left unfinished on the counter, the young teacher planning her spring wedding, the brutal violence that ended it all, none of it matched the picture of a suicide. Instead, the scene whispered of something far darker, of a truth trapped behind that locked door, waiting to be uncovered. Instead of bringing clarity, the investigation into Ellen Greenberg's death sank into a maze of contradictions and mishandled evidence. On the very day of the tragedy, Sam Goldberg gave his statement at the police station. He claimed he had sought help from the building's security guard, and that the guard even accompanied him upstairs, witnessing him break the lock. Yet when questioned, the guard flatly denied ever leaving his post. Strangely, detectives dismissed this glaring inconsistency as insignificant. Another troubling detail emerged east. Sam had not called 911 immediately after failing to reach Ellen. Instead, nearly an hour passed while he phoned his parents and his influential uncle, one of the state's top attorneys, before finally contacting the police. When asked why, Sam explained he was too panicked to think clearly. But on the 911 call, his calm, steady answers suggested otherwise. Even the officer who took the call later noted that his panic sounded rehearsed. Forensic work was equally negligent. No luminol was used to detect wiped blood. The apartment's trash, a potential goldmine of evidence, was never searched. The initial autopsy overlooked injuries to Ellen's spine injuries, so severe that later independent experts confirmed she could not possibly have continued stabbing herself afterward. Meanwhile, a mysterious report appeared claiming her spinal cord was intact, but this document could never be officially verified. Sam's own story faltered under scrutiny. He said he had just returned from the gym, dressed in workout clothes. Yet the guard recalled him wearing winter boots and carrying no gym bag, no spare shoes. Surveillance cameras only captured Sam entering and leaving through one hallway, but no one verified whether he had truly worked out inside the gym or left the building by another exit during that missing stretch of time. Even more suspicious was his behavior the next day. Sam and his uncle returned to Ellen's apartment and removed 2 laptops, a phone, and a tablet. When investigators later accessed these devices, they found internet searches about suicide. But crucial questions remained unanswered. Who made those searches and when, despite mounting inconsistencies? A broken latch that didn't match the story, the contradictory testimony of the guard, a delayed call to police, and the removal of Ellen's electronics. Investigators clung to their original conclusion: suicide. The case was never opened as a homicide. To outsiders, The explanation seemed absurdly simple for such a violent, complex scene. But to Ellen's family, and to those who studied the evidence, it revealed something far more disturbing: the justice system, willing to turn its back on obvious questions. The contradictions surrounding Sam, the sloppy handling of evidence, the vanishing forensic reports, none of it erased the truth. Instead, it deepened the shadow over Ellen's final hours, and it set the stage for a bitter struggle between a grieving family and a system that seemed determined to keep the truth buried. For Santa and George Greenberg, the grief of losing their only daughter was unbearable. But what haunted them even more was the way the system rushed to close the file, stamping suicide onto Ellen's death with unsettling ease. They knew their child. Ellen feared blood, had a low tolerance for pain, and was counting down the days to her wedding. Ellen would never do this to herself, Santa insisted. She simply wouldn't choose that way to leave this world. In the early days, the Greenbergs were given nothing but shallow explanations. No criminal charges. No thorough answers. Just silence. Refusing to accept it, they launched their own search for truth. With savings and sheer determination, they hired independent experts. One private investigator even offered his services free of charge, admitting that the case haunted him too. Soon, shocking discoveries came to light. Photos of the scene revealed dried blood running from Ellen's nose to her ear, impossible in the position her body was found. The only explanation: her body had been moved. On the kitchen floor, faint smears suggested drag marks. All of this police had ignored. Independent medical examiners stepped forward as well. They pointed out that some of the stab wounds in Ellen's back were severe enough to immobilize her almost instantly. They emphasized the glaring omissions of the initial autopsy: no proper spinal examination, no luminol testing for cleaned blood. Crucial evidence was lost forever. By 2018, the Greenbergs hoped for reconsideration. Instead, the medical examiner officially declared that all 20 stab wounds were self-inflicted. Experts across the country called the conclusion a disgrace to forensic science, yet the system remained unfazed. The family refused to surrender. They hired new attorneys and in 2019 filed a lawsuit against the coroner's office and investigators, accusing them of negligence and misconduct. Their case included overlooked documents, witness statements, and medical findings. But when the global pandemic struck, hearings were postponed indefinitely, another cruel delay in their search for justice. Meanwhile, Sam Goldberg distanced himself completely. At first, he maintained limited contact with Ellen's parents. But soon, he cut ties entirely. Within 1 year of Ellen's death, he remarried, moved to another state, and buried her memory in silence. For Santa and George, every day remained a battle. They created a social media page, posting official documents, new details and theories, determined to keep their daughter's story alive. In their words, "Our daughter did not take her own life. Someone murdered Ellen, and we will never stop fighting for the truth." More than a decade later, the Greenbergs are still fighting against a legal system that looked away, against the influence of a powerful family, and against the crushing exhaustion of grief. For them, justice is not about revenge. It is about truth. And truth is the only peace they can ever hope to give Ellen. More than 10 years have passed since that fateful night, and the name Ellen Greenberg still lingers like an open wound. Sam Goldberg, the fiancé, who once promised her forever, quickly remarried within 1 year, moved to another state, and built a new family. He never again cooperated with investigators, never joined the fight for answers. His silence speaks louder than any testimony. For Santa and George Greenberg, the story could not end there. They never sought vengeance. What they demanded was simple recognition of the truth, so that their daughter would not be remembered as someone who ended her own life in despair. Time and again they stood before cameras, their voices heavy with grief. Santa would say, "Ellen did not take her own life. She was murdered." And until our final breath, we will not stop searching for the truth. This case is not only about the brutal death of a young woman. It is about the collapse of a system that should have protected her, but instead closed its eyes. It forces us to ask painful questions. How did Ellen really die? Who must be held accountable? And does justice truly belong to everyone, or only to those with wealth and influence? Ellen's story is a mirror reflecting the darkest corners of society where truth can be twisted, where justice can be silenced. And now I turn to you. Do you believe justice for Ellen Greenberg can still be achieved? Share your thoughts below. Because only when many voices rise together does truth have a chance to be heard.